I've done my bit here. So I'm just going to present three themes with you in my short time here. The first is about me and where I come from in terms of social value. The second is going to be around where the IoD stands in terms of social value. And the third, if I don't get the hook coming off, is a wonderfully inspiring example of one of our clients who is doing some amazing stuff around social value. So I firmly believe that purpose is at the start, the heart, and the end of all meaningful endeavour. No purpose, no point. And if you're going to deliver purpose, then you have to defend those priorities that will assault you and divert you and pull you away from what your purpose is. And in working with clients and in working with companies as the chair of the IoD in Surrey, what I found is that there's a whole pile of amazing companies making loads of money and doing phenomenal things for charity. So for that reason, I believe that social value, defined for the right reasons, designed the right way, and delivered with uncompromising quality is most definitely good for business. So moving on to the second phase is about where the IoD, the Institute of Directors, stands in regard to this. And as we probably know, social value has been enshrined in legislation, I think since 2012, as an ambition and as a reality. So the Institute of Directors is a chartered body. It has over 30,000 members, and Surrey is the second largest branch within the IoD, with an oscillating membership between 2,500 and 3,000 members at director level. So I'm going to have to read some of this next bit because I don't want to get this wrong, all right? So 5 things just to highlight for you from the IoD perspective nationally around this stuff. The IoD is very, very positive about the idea of government using public procurement to drive social value as well as excellent services on our behalf. So the IoD is very much behind that. Secondly, in the light of Carillion and other very unfortunate sort of stories around this stuff, there is a case for companies who are contracting into the public sector to be held to a much higher standard than ordinary commercial enterprises. Third, the IoD has proposed the establishment of a separate special entity, a business entity, called the Public Service Corporation, to drive public sector procurement contracts, where there is going to be an expectation over and above shareholder value into stakeholder value, and have that defined in the Articles of Association and as something to hold those public service organisations to account on. Fourth, the IoD thinks that we need to be careful with the criteria for procurement decisions, and they mustn't undermine the commercial considerations of a very solid bid for government and local authority contracts. The overriding principle must be good value for your money and for my money as taxpayers, as well as encouraging social engagement. And finally, fifth, for this session, as far as the IoD is concerned, they think that government should uplift SMEs. They think that government should set the tone, and that government should encourage the improvement of the public sector procurement ecosystem. Now, I take that as being let's encourage business and social entities to get together. We don't want student union straitjackets around here, thank you very much, when it comes to public sector contracts. And finally, if I have a minute, I would just like to champion one client in particular who are doing some amazing stuff around this. Moira Martin is an outstanding woman. She is the director of Kelly's Storage, and their engagement with their community is exemplary. Moira is just like you and me. She believes in giving back, and giving to charity is part of her DNA. But in 2010, she and her husband, as directors of Kelly's Storage, did something different. They were supporting a local charity, and this local charity had made £6,000 for an event. Well done them. But Moira thought, what on earth is going on? There is a better way to do this. You're missing stuff. You're not commercial enough. So Moira changed the level of her engagement with that organisation. For the same event, the following year, they turned £6,000 into £30,000. Now that's an order of magnitude. So I was asking Moira, they're clients of ours, and I was asking Moira, so what is it that you do and how do you do this? And I'm just going to share a couple of insights with you. The first insight is that Moira believes that purpose is at the start and heart of everything. So herself and her husband just know, and they believe that the business contributing to the society that supports them is the right thing to do. It comes from a place of belief. And if you have a conversation with Moira and you ask her about this stuff, you'll also get to understand that she talks about releasing her people and supporting her people in supporting what needs to be supported. So Kelly's no longer just supports one charity this way. They actually provide an ecosystem for a load of charities without compromising on the business. The business is protected. And the third thing is that because she believes that leaders are supposed to set the standard, and because she believes that leaders are supposed to be a role model that their employees can, model, she sets a personal standard, and her employees give over and above their work for the business, and they just make a difference in their own right. So with those three insights, I'm just going to leave it there. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to sharing a whole pile of other stuff with you guys later on. Thank you.